Hi Rehan, it's been two test matches in the Ashes, and the second one especially, there's been a dominant performance from Australia. First match, I think, if we were to talk about England, they did give a lot of fight in the first and the third innings, but I think let's start from discussing England's point of view. Their best batsman, Joe Root, scored his first ever century on Australian soil, but apart from him, the complete first innings was, I think, shambolic to say the least, the word that you use very often. And the I think the grit that Will Jacks and Ben Stokes showed on the morning of day four, that was admirable as well. But I think one stunning catch from Steve Smith just threw their entire game plan out of the window. So let's start. What changes do you think will England have to make for now to go on and like win three consistent matches if they have to win the Ashes?
I mean, that's such a difficult question to answer because they don't have personnel who can actually come into
Correct.
the team and make a difference. I don't see Oli Pope playing the third or the fourth or the fifth test. If you're going to bat like that, I mean, you might as well stay out of the team and give a young Jacob Bethel an opportunity to at least show his potential. I know he might not get big runs, but at least he would play better than Oli Pope. You need to adapt once you get out in one similar fashion. But I don't see that from the England team. You also take the example of Harry Brook. They were having a good partnership in the middle. Mitchell Stark came on for his second spell. That was a very, very rash shot, if you
Yep.
can put it that way. Something that is not required. So the game awareness was absolute shit, if I can say, from England. But personnel wise, Naman, you also know they don't have enough firepower. You might see Josh Tongue coming in, and the sad news for England is that Mark Wood is ruled out of Ashes.
Correct. And I think looking at the squad right now, there are no reserve players. I think the only possible option for them is getting someone like a Jacob Bethel in. And for that, I think Will Jacks has to go out
I
because
was
you
thinking
can't.
Oli Pope.
Only see, I agree. He doesn't deserve a place in the batting lineup. But the only problem is there is only one backup batsman. I think how can you go for such a big tournament with only 15 players? I think one good thing for them is that they have an England Lions squad just right next to right next to them, so they have options if they want to pick. But one contrasting opinion that I had in the second test was they couldn't. I mean, they should have gone in with someone like a Josh Tongue. In the second match, in the commentary as well, a lot of commentators were saying that they were very short. Jofra Archer, Gus Atkinson, Biden Cast are all short pitch bowlers. You need someone who can pitch it up front, and I think someone like a Josh Tongue would have made massive difference for that. So I think obviously with the team being 2-0 down, you can't afford to give Jofra Archer a rest as well. So I don't know. I mean, what will you do if you are England? You have your Mark Wood as your last bowler out. Gus Atkinson is not picking up wickets. Biden Cast is the worst bowler to left-handers, and there's no one who's scoring runs.
Also, you are getting defeated by a team that has a stand in captain, a stand in bowler, and
Yeah,
a stand in opener. I mean,
yeah.
even if you see their batting, their opener, um, Jake Weatherall, even I forgot his name. I mean, he also played so well, but England don't seem to apply themselves. And that was something that happened before in the New Zealand ODI series. Brendan McCullum just put it under the bus saying that it's a limited over series, we'll
Yeah.
get over it, we'll build on it. But it's a pattern that's constantly happening. They need to apply themselves, Naman. I think there were two cotton bolts, uh, Zach Crawley and then Olipop back to Michael Neser. And Australia made the right selection call of not playing Lion and taking Michael Neser because he was the kind of bowler who was continuously aiming for the stumps. And on those wickets, you need a bowler who can bowl in quick. So they made the right selection call, and you can see the results.
So, as per you, if you want to switch Ollie Pope with Jacob Bethel. Where does he bat? Do you throw him at number three, or you have some change in personnel?
See, if I can be honest with you, I agree with you. Oli Pope might still get his place if I'm being very pragmatic. Jacob Bethel probably won't come in. If he did come in, he should come in place of Oli Pope. Otherwise, I don't see him make it to the side because you are not going to drop Joe Root. Neither are you going to drop Harry Brook.
I think
Ben Stokes is
if
your
you
captain.
yeah, if you want to tinker, maybe you can have Jamie Smith at number three.
You could actually, but he's had a poor run of form.
No
But I
one has
agree
had a
with
good
you.
run of form in their side.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there are so many names that are being brought up. Michael Vaughan was actually talking about getting Will Jacks at three, or probably Ben Stokes at three. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of discussions that are going around, but I think that they should probably stick with the same batting order because I don't see that caliber in Will Jacks to bat at three. I mean, Jamie Smith is a quality player. He's an outstanding player. Maybe he might not get comfortable if you lose out on an early wicket. I don't see him playing at three. But you have a good idea.
कुछ नहीं होने वाला इनका. I think they are gonna go 4-1 down, maybe 4-0. Sorry, I wouldn't even give a
I
chance
think
to them.
I think it could be 5-0, Naman, because they are
Yeah,
not even trying to play it till the fifth day. Test matches are getting over quickly. It's only been 6 days of proper Ashes cricket.
and instead of them, Australia playing baseball. I think in the second innings, in the first innings of Australia, until Mitchell Stark came on to bat, they were going at 5 and over. So I think the bowling obviously has been too short, but firstly I would like to talk about Jofra Archer with Mark Wood now being out. You have to play Jofra Archer for the next three test matches anyhow. And secondly, with the third test match still being a few days away, after that there's only 4 days gap between each test match. So you have to also rest Jofra Archer for at least one test match, and I think it is going to be that test in at the MCG or in Sydney because I don't think England can afford to rest Archer in the third test, and I don't play he can play all five together. So it's a very
Hmm.
delicate situation they are in right now because you want to have someone like a Archer at MCG because there is space and bounce on day one at MCG.
Agreed with you. And if they bring in Shoaib Bashir, I think they
They
should
should, yeah, they should.
they should win the toss and probably ask Australia to defeat them in 3 days or so. Because if Shoaib Bashir comes into the side, I don't see him taking any wickets.
It's just a
Uh,
containing role and maybe getting a bit more breathing space for Ben Stokes.
I agree, and I feel bad for Stokes. Actually, he is, bowling the hard overs, trying to get wickets.
And also
His
score
batting has
runs.
been also score runs. I mean, in the second innings, he was good, but I think there's a long way for him to go as well. He is a quality player, Naman. You know that he can get you the big hundreds. When the backs are against the wall, he is someone who actually leads from the front, and that is required because England have come back from this situation before. They have been 2-0 down and almost won the Ashes. But that was in their home conditions. This is away from home. So it's going to be much tougher.
So I think if we can just sum it up by saying that it's done and dusted for them, do you think they can win at least one test match of the remaining three?
It seems unlikely, if I can be honest with you, because you're having Pat Cummins who's going to make a comeback. I think he'll come in place of Brendan Dodgett.
Yep,
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
And batting wise, they are, doing well. Might have Usman Khwaja in there. I don't know in place of whom. But maybe Josh Inglis, although he played well, but I think Usman Khwaja might make his way back. So they have been a strong team and it's going to get even stronger. So I don't see England actually coming back from this.
I agree to that. I think the best case scenario for them is at least avoid one loss and take it 4-0. Take a loss 4-0. But with that, I think let's switch to Australia.